top business and research leaders gathered recently at the ARPA-E Summit in Washington, D.C. ARPA-E is a new agency that is funding high-risk and potentially high-reward energy research. At the conference, we caught up with Alan Shaw, the CEO of one ARPA-E grantee, Codexis. He gave a rare interview about the company's partnership with the oil giant Shell, which involves hundreds of millions of dollars in funding to develop advanced biofuels.
Codexis is a world-leading discoverer and developer of what we term super enzymes that can enable some significant world problems and solve some significant world problems, namely carbon capture, carbon sequestration, biofuels and bio-based products. We're based in California, in Silicon Valley. We are a world leader in a technology platform called Directed Evolution. Our biofuel program, which is one of our most interesting programs, is working exclusively with Royal Dutch Shell. Our role is to enable the reduction or conversion of biomass, which is cellulose, hemicellulose, into what are known as fermentable sugars, and then for those fermentable sugars to be converted into fuel, either ethanol or what we call drop-in diesel, drop-in hydrocarbons. The first step is critical because without unlocking all that carbon that's in biomass in the form of cheap or what we call green sugars, I'm not so sure that the biofuel industry will be sustainable. At the moment, ethanol is currently produced from cornstarch. There are issues related to the food versus fuel, the food chain. Our approach with Shell is to be completely independent of anything related to food. One of the most abundant forms of carbon on the planet is biomass, and therefore if we can affect or create super cellulases to break down what is this woody biomass into fermentable sugars, and then with super microorganisms that we've developed, converted efficiently and economically into fuel, which can drop into the current infrastructure, I think we can solve one of the world's major problems, and that is the problem of sustainable transportation, liquid transportation fuel. We've been working with Shell for over 4 years. We started the program on what was a 6-year research program. So we're 4 years into what is a 6-year program. The current program ends at the end of 2012. And by then, of course, it's everyone's expectation that the technology or the discovery part of the program will be complete. In fact, this year we're scaling up to what we call pilot scale, so we are very much on track, if not ahead of track, in terms of the program milestones. The total investment over the 5 years, including an equity investment in the company, Shell owns today 17% of Codexis, is somewhere between $300 and $400 million. And I do believe that with over 130 full-time people working on this program, we may well have the world's largest funded biofuel program on the planet.